All right, I'm back with Justin Jetlika. He has had 90 cosmetic procedures and has no plan to stop. He says to try to get him to stop is like trying to get Picasso to stop painting.
It's true.
And then you made me sort of, after asking me if I was trying to pick up on you, you asked me, you know, or I asked myself what my motivation is in sort of examining this, because I'm interested in people, I'm interested in behaviors, I'm interested in extreme behaviors, and you're extreme, right? And it makes us work. You're extreme. And it makes us worry that there's something motivating that. And particularly, I got to tell you, well, first of all, I think it'd be great to have a plastic surgery. That'd be fantastic. Why not have a little bit here and there, right?
Sure.
To me, that sounds like wonderful. I won't look so old. It'd be great. But here's the deal. Here's why that's not going to happen to me. It's a surgery. And I understand what that means, you know, to have a surgery and to go under the knife and to take those risks for a cosmetic purpose that sort of, for me, I'm going to use a strong word like superficial, okay? That I don't really want to put that. Now, how would you respond to that?
I think that you have to take risks. Anything in your life worth having is going to require some form of a risk. And if you don't take those risks,
if I develop a staph infection, I'm going to talk to your surgeon in a second because he's here with me. If I got a staph infection because I had somebody sucking fat out of my butt, what do I tell my kids? You know what I mean? I can't make livelihood anymore. I'm
hopefully you're honest with them, but yeah.
Well, no. Let me go to the surgeon. Let me talk to. Could you guys please put? There we go. If you guys would please. There we go. Dr. Nicholas Shugay. He is one of Justin's several cosmetic surgery. Now, I want to ask you, sir. You have performed which procedures on Justin?
Well, I've performed the biceps, triceps augmentation, and also we've done some fillers, Botox.
And he did the Botox. Okay, I thought I said buttocks because that was somebody else, right?
Well, that was
okay.
Right.
Now, were you aware he'd had dozens and dozens of procedures? And when he came to you, did you have that history? And if so, were you concerned about doing more?
I was aware that he had quite a few procedures, but at the same token, they were done a long time ago. They were a period of time before, and we have discussed complications and everything that has to do with each procedure. And he did very well with them.
No, I see that. Okay, so I'm an internist, Dr. Shugay, and I deal with people that are 60s, 70s, and 80s all the time. That's one of my sort of jobs in addition to addiction medicine, and people sort of forget that about what I do. But I see what happens way down the line with tattoos and piercings and all these things that now people think are so cool when they're young. Isn't he going to have revisions of all these things? Aren't they going to migrate?
Usually the body will form scar tissue around the implant. And that scar tissue is sort of the pocket in which the implant sits pretty much for the rest of his life.
Well, that's go ahead, Michelle. I was going to go to you next. That's what the patient was telling me. In fact, go ahead, Michelle.
I have to say, Dr. Drew, I feel like focusing on this physical aspect is really losing the critical point of what I believe is happening here. Okay? What is happening here, to me, are these parts that I don't know if you've read histrionic personality disorder lately, Dr. Drew, and narcissistic, but like this is those qualities. And the concern is that as soon as these doctors, to me, what needs to happen is that plastic surgeons have to have some protocol towards checking out the mental health of their patients. And I think anyone who is watching this show would be highly concerned about another doctor performing more surgeries, and not just I'm not saying that you don't look attractive or these things aren't, at some point though, there is a serious mental illness that could be happening here, okay?
Quickly, before you respond, Justin, I feel you bristling to that. Let me go to a call. Sue in Florida. Sue.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
Good. Right ahead.
I have two questions. I was wondering, one, how is Justin funding all of these
question.
surgeries?
Yes. You must be, hold on a second, Sue. I want you to stay with me. You must be $1 million man. I mean,
No, not nearly.
Not nearly? Or nearly?
No, not on my surgery.
How do you fund it?
I was brought up in a lower-income family, and I was taught the value of $1, and I've always just saved for my surgeries, and it was something that was important to me. And
do you take loans out for them?
No, never.
You never take loans?
Nope, and I have no debt.
What do you do for a living?
Well, at the moment, I'm doing my consultation bit, and I have a partner who I'm lucky enough who has a business that can support us.
So he helps. He helps funding too.
He does if I ask.
Okay,
sure, but I also use my own savings.
Fine. Sue, second question.
Yes, and I just wondered, has Justin had any surgeons refuse to provide any of the surgeries that he's requested previously?
How about that?
Never based on motivations. No.
What does that mean?
I've had doctors
based on motivation.
that didn't want to take on the
risk.
The possibility of making my nose worse because I had already had revisions before, but it wasn't based on my expectations being unreasonable.
Well, hold on a second. So you were turned away by surgeons because you were pressuring for a repeat and revision, and then you shopped the doctor until you found one that would do it?
No, I went to more skilled doctors.
More skilled doctors.
I went to people who specialize in minor revision, and not all people.
Well, let me talk to Dr. Shigay. Hang on a second, Michelle. Dr. Shigay, is that okay? Is it should patients be driving these things to that extent?
Well, again, we talked with Justin before about his nose. I told him, Justin, don't let anybody touch your nose again.
Well,
5 surgeries is plenty.
Okay, right. Yes, it is. But somebody told him that at 4. Somebody told him that at 4 surgery, and he still went and found somebody else to do another. And that's sort of what we're trying to explore here.
Small tweaks. These last 3.
Are you wanting another one?
Tiny tweaks. No, in all honesty, this one has to settle. And the last time I had this done was May, and so it's still too soon.
Poor nose.
I gotta live myself 2 years, and then we wait. But it looks great.
Michelle, finish up there.
And I understand that you bristled when I said what I did. I feel for you.
But you live in LA. This is the most highly concentrated area of plastic surgeons.
I know, but that's not the point. See, I have to say, where you keep going is you rationalize, you deflect, you don't look at the reality of what is being said to you. Those are all, I'm concerned for you. Okay, honestly,
guys,
that's
Michelle,
why I'm saying this.
Point taken. Justin, back with you, back with your doctor. More of your calls for Justin, 855-373-7395. Do give us a call. We'll be right back.